Welcome my fellow Vault Dwellers to the Triple S Variety channel. I'm your host Triple S, and in this video I'll be breaking down and reviewing the first episode of the first season of the Fallout TV show titled The End. Apologies if I sound a little off, I'm still recovering from a chest infection, but I think I'm well enough now to finally get around to recording this video. I'd just like to mention as well that yes, all the episodes for season 1 are out, but in a poll I posted on my community page, people voted most for me to make individual videos for each episode. I'll be mostly treating these videos as if each episode had been released weekly rather than all at once. I may reference small things that happen in later episodes, but I will stick to talking about big reveals and major spoilery stuff in the video for the episode that they happen in, just like I've always done. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Point number 1, immediately I'm thinking more people at this party should have noticed the bright as the sun flash that happened outside, and wouldn't the TV signal have somehow been affected as well? Point number 2, the absolute absurdity and randomness that happens during this fight just boggles my mind, and I don't know if I love it or hate it. I mean, even with gunfire and screams echoing through the vault, 2 residents just casually wheeling jelly towards all the commotion, and Woody doesn't even tell them to get out of there, but to get the jelly out of there. And then this raider drops their gun to slam Tess' face onto a fork and just allows her to pick it up and shoot them with it. Let's not forget as well, Chet tries to talk down a jet-sucking machete-wielding raider who then gets cut in half by a closing door. There is absolutely no rhyme or reason to the slaughter, which both infuriates me as a person who likes good choreography and flow to a fight scene, but also makes me happy as a person who plays Fallout, because this is exactly what battles are like in the games, with all its janky AI and scripting. Also, the projector being shot and making it look like a nuke has gone off and the sky is on fire is a nice touch as well. Point number 3, I wonder where this Brotherhood of Steel base is located. At first I thought it might have been Lost Hills, the headquarters of the Brotherhood in New California and a location in Fallout 1, but Lost Hills didn't have runways, whereas this base is clearly located at an airport. My next thought then was this might be the Los Angeles International Airport, or LAX for short, but that idea got blown out of the water when we're shown the ruins of LAX in the very next episode. So I've got no idea where this base could be located that would match up with an IRL airport near or in Los Angeles, mainly because I'm not American and I have very little knowledge of American locations and geography. If any Americans listening do have that knowledge and might have an idea as to where the Brotherhood of Steel base could be located, let us know in a comment below. Point number 4, if anyone takes any stupid, bigoted issue with the character of Dane, played by Zelia Mendez-Jones, who also played Renner in Season 2 of Wheel of Time, and how they are non-binary and say some dumb shit like, oh, they just had to go and make Fallout woke. Newsflash, moron, Fallout was always woke. LGBTQ representation has been in the series since Fallout 2, possibly even in Fallout 1, and Dane is also not the first non-binary character to even be introduced into the series, with the characters of Burke and Orlando being added into Fallout 76. Where was your crybaby outrage about non-binary people being added into Fallout and the series going woke then, huh? Point number 5. So despite this Brotherhood of Steel airship being revealed to be called the Caswennen, an alternative name for King Arthur's ship the Prydwen from Arthurian legend, in a Vanity Fair article, you can actually make out in this shot of the airship that the word Prydwen appears to be printed onto it. So is this ship actually called the Prydwen? Is it the very same Prydwen from Fallout 4? Or did something happen to the Prydwen from Fallout 4 and this ship has been named or had the name Prydwen printed onto it to honour the original Prydwen? Could Prydwen be a class of airship, or is this just an Easter egg? Who knows? What do you guys think? Point number 6, what is it with Bethesda and having their Fallout games based around someone from a vault leaving to look for their family member? You had the Lone Wanderer in Fallout 3 leave Vault 101 to look for their dad, and then in Fallout 4 you had the sole survivor leave Vault 111 to look for their son. Even in Fallout 76, though not related to each other, your character ventures out into Appalachia to try and find the overseer of Vault 76. And now here we have Lucy, the naive wanderer, leaving Vault 33 to find her dad.
All this has happened before, and all of it will happen again.
Point number 7, I was hoping that outside of Vault 33 we'd see signs alongside the bones saying "let us in" and other similar phrases as a reference to the signs you find outside of Vault 101 in Fallout 3. Point number 8, okay, time to really talk about Fallout lore and our first oddity between the show and the games. When Lucy leaves Vault 33, we can see it is located near to Santa Monica Pier. Now, what other locations can you find near Santa Monica in Fallout? And by Fallout, I mean the first game. The Los Angeles Vault, aka the Cathedral, and it's that location which raises some eyebrows amongst fans who have played the original game. It raises eyebrows because the Cathedral was where the Master resided, the Master being the main antagonist of the first Fallout game. His original name was Richard, he was a resident of Vault 8, and he became mutated when he fell into a vat of Forced Evolutionary Virus, FEV, at the Mariposa military base. He then embarked on a mission to forcibly mutate all humans into what he saw as the next step in evolution for mankind, super mutants. He found, however, that the only humans that would mutate successfully were those not exposed to the radiation of the wasteland, i.e. Vault dwellers. So, after discovering the Los Angeles Vault and relocating there from the Mariposa military base, he merged with its computer systems and learned the location of other vaults throughout the West, such as Vault 17, where the super mutant Lily Bowen in Fallout New Vegas was from.
I grew up in Vault 17. I never even saw the sun until I was 75 years old. That was when super mutants raided the vault and carried a lot of us off. Yes, Leo, I'm getting to that part. They made me one of them, and they put me to work in an army that was going to conquer California. A spy, sometimes an assassin. I killed a lot of folks for the Master. Yes, Leo, you helped too.
This show, however, tells us that despite being incredibly close to Vaults 31, 32, and 33, the Master never discovered them, or at the very least never bothered to try and break into them. A likely explanation, I think, is that the location of these three vaults would have been kept very top secret due to their purpose and the role they were meant to play after the apocalypse, which is revealed in a later episode. So they wouldn't have been listed in the computer systems of the Los Angeles vaults. Plus, the surface above these three vaults is very much the definition of a wasteland, just sand and nothing. Not even really any worthwhile ruins to scavenge, making it unlikely anyone, never mind the Master's super mutants, would have had any reason to investigate the area thoroughly enough to stumble across the entrance to the vaults. Point number 9, I've seen people take issue with how the Brotherhood of Steel is being presented as religious in nature here with a guy blessing the night with a censer. Mr. House in Fallout New Vegas, though, described the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood as,
"They're a terrorist group, basically. Militant, quasi-religious fanatics, obsessed with hoarding pre-war technology."
Following on from that, their codex, a collection of the Brotherhood's rules and tenets, became akin to the Bible or the Ten Commandments to them, and they even started using the expression by steel, a variation of the religious expression by God.
By steel? I haven't seen wounds like this since Helios. I've got to get you treated quickly.
And while the deification of the founder of the Brotherhood, Roger Maxon, has been discouraged by his descendant Arthur Maxon in regards to himself, those Brotherhood under him still act religiously in believing human life to be sacred and that humans possess souls, a primary reason why they hate the Institute's sins so much in the Commonwealth.
How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
Also, old Quintus here's title isn't just Elder but Elder Cleric, and he says that there are also clerics in the Commonwealth, implying either that the Brotherhood as a whole has shifted even further into religiousness, or he instead could just be lying. Having chosen for himself the title of Elder Cleric to give himself more power over his contingent of the Brotherhood, and is telling his troops that other clerics do in fact exist to reinforce his title and authority. Point number 10 are the junk jet. Fun fact, in all my many hours of playing both Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, I've never actually crafted, let alone used the rocket launcher or the junk jet. Point number 11, another fun fact, the actor playing Honcho is Michael T. Williamson, who most people would probably recognise as having played Bubba in Forrest Gump. Point number 12, I find it funny that I mainly know the actor Walton Goggins from playing racist cowboy characters Billy Crash and Chris Mannix from the Quentin Tarantino films Django Unchained and The Hateful Eight. Yet ironically, in this show he's playing a cowboy character who is the one people being racist against on account of him, being a ghoul.
You know your kind ain't welcome here.
Point number 13, anyone else see actor Joel Marsh Garland and a chicken and immediately think of his character Scott O'Neill from Orange is the New Black and the mythical chicken that everyone wants to catch? No? Just me? Okay. Point number 14, I wonder where this is that the ghoul has been buried. Considering Honcho says Wilsig is headed to Moldova in California, where the ghoul is originally from, this implies they aren't currently in New California. So where are they? Mexico? To round all this off, my most disliked part of the episode goes to this story being another case of someone leaving a vault to look for a family member / other vault dweller. Give us something new already. And my most liked part of the episode goes to all the attention to detail that's gone into making the show feel just like the games. The clothing, the props, the sets, the music. Everything is just perfect. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Triple S Variety channel. Why not leave a comment below pointing out anything I missed but you noticed? I would love to hear from you all. I've been Triple S, you've all been amazing, and I shall see you all in the next video.